Man, it's been a minute.
My dog got the merch on. Oh, we must be dropping the merch show.
Hey, man, we out here.
We must be dropping the merch show. I had to rock. I told Adisa I was gonna rock it.
Yeah, sports and entertainment group, baby.
Sports and entertainment group. That's part of it. We was there for a little bit. I was, we got some cooking coming from there. We back, man. It's been a minute. We back on air Monday, July 18th, 2022. Man to Man Power 1 half. Darius Butler got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What's good? What's goody?
Man, it's been a lot obviously going on in between episodes, I guess. We done had Baker Mayfield being traded, couple F1 races, golf tournaments, baseball, WNBA news, NBA news.
A lot going on.
Obviously, we're doing different things, summer break. But we're gonna get into all that on the other side, man. How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was good, man. To your point, we've been moving around a lot lately. Daughter, man, nationals dance competition in Myrtle Beach, man. They went out there, they shut it down, man. Got like 3 first place awards, man. So that was exciting. But other than that, man, been enjoying some of the downtime.
Can't beat that. We had having some good weather moving around. My younger brother going to the Air Force.
Okay.
So we went celebrated him, kind of a little send-off party with the family at Top Golf.
Okay. I see you took the clubs in there.
Yeah, I had to take my sticks out there, man. I caught some heat on Twitter, but then it was a good group of people on Twitter that was like, hey, why wouldn't you? That's what everybody do, so. But it wasn't as competitive as it usually is. I had a lot of kids there, so you had to, moving around and everybody going on everybody else's turn.
What's that? Typically, somebody come to the gym. They got the bag. They walk in with the flip flops, and they bring the shoes out the bag,
arm sleeve,
and they stink it up. You know what I'm saying? So what you do? You came in there, you walked in there with your golf clubs. How was the swing?
The swing felt good, and I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been out there as much. At golf, it's unforgiving. It's a tough sport. So I looked the part. I'll tell you that much. I looked the part, but I couldn't really dial in my competitiveness because everything else we had going on. But I'm gonna commit to 2 days a week, getting out there on the range and getting my swing right.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Don't get on here lying now. You're gonna do what?
Nah. Because I've been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to a few people around here. And I'm gonna do the same, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna start getting out there on the green.
Y'all got some nice courses out there?
Yeah. We got some pretty good courses out here.
Okay.
So I think my thing is I'm gonna get with an instructor, and I'm really going to take this serious.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do, man. When I did start, I had a former LPGA member, a young lady. She was really good, and anybody that I did golf with who's really nice. Like, okay, I see you got some good swing, good fundamentals. It's good to start without the bad shit. It's easier to fix it before you mess it up. But it's gonna be humbling. It's gonna be tough. But now we can be accountability partners, man. Making sure we get out there.
We need that.
Let's get this good intro, man. It's been a minute. Got to tap in with the mob on the other side. Lamar said we got to see them golf swings.
Right.
See if we on that Barkley shit or not. It'll be good to get your first ones out there early. So that way you see progress as we grow, as we get better. But
what I can tell you, I'm not on my Barkley shit.
It's gonna be smoother than that.
Yeah, most definitely.
That makes sense. What you want to jump out with, man?
And let's jump into this. It's been a minute, man. So let's jump straight into this football, man. I've been a lot of news. I think one of the biggest ones that dropped was the Baker Mayfield traded to the Panthers for a 2024 draft pick. I know we've had many discussions about, what we felt or our opinions on what we thought was going to happen with Baker Mayfield. I thought Baker was going to stay in Cleveland, not knowing what was going to happen with Deshaun Watson and the case. You was like, before the start of the season, he was going to be elsewhere. You was correct. The Panthers went ahead and made that deal. And your opinion, this is a huge upgrade from Sam Darnold. What do you think about this move? You think it was a good move for the Panthers and Baker?
Yeah, it was something I feel like the Panthers had to do. And we talked about it earlier. And I think early enough, this was a team that they had mutual disinterest, right? They were the Seahawks between Baker. And I think it was the Baker and the Panthers, like mutual disinterest right after. Right after Deshaun got brought in originally. But yeah, they had to do it. I think for both sides, the Cleveland Browns had to move on. And I think it also lets me know even more, and it's something we talked about when we caught up in Miami. I don't think that Deshaun Watson suspension is going to be as lengthy as people have been saying it's going to be. But they had to move on from Baker. And Baker, I would say the Baker Mayfield upgrade over Sam Darnold is a much bigger upgrade than like Matt Ryan over Carson Wentz for us out in Indy. Like, that's how big of a jump it is. I think if he get out there healthy, I don't have him winning that division down there. I think the Bucks are going to win it. I think the Saints going to be kind of right there maybe in the fight. And then after that, Carolina can make some noise. They got a good defense, good players on defense, obviously good offensive players. But Baker Mayfield going to be learning this offense in 7 weeks? Training camp opening up in like a week, a couple of days. Some rookies reporting today. So he's not going to have enough time to really figure it all out. But I think as the season goes on, they'll get better. But I think the Panthers had to do it. The Browns kind of had to do it too. You couldn't just have them in there, with the chemistry and stuff. So they're solid. They feel good with Jacoby Brissett going out there and playing some games. If Deshaun Watson is suspended, so it's going to be interesting. But I think it was a good move for both sides and kind of a prove-it deal. That chip right back on Baker's shoulder.
I mean, I definitely, you have valid points. I don't necessarily agree with the huge upgrade versus Sam Darnold. I mean, I get it. Like I said, you make valid points. I just feel as though it definitely is a prove it deal. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold and Baker, they're going to compete. Going into training camp, coming out of training camp, we'll see how that goes. Like you said, I think Sam Darnold has a slight up on him right now, just being that he's been in the locker room, he's been in the system, and that's why I kind of find it tough for Baker, because if it is a prove it deal, and he doesn't get to a point where he learns that offense fast enough where he can get on the field, like where does that leave him? You know what I mean? That's a tough thing. And then a lot of times it's like, okay, how can he gel with the guys around him to when he does get on the field that he can actually put a great product out there? So that's kind of my concern about the Baker Mayfield situation. And again, I think when Sam Darnold was out there last year and Christian McCaffrey was out there, you seen what Sam Darnold did. Sure, it was look down the field and then where's Christian McCaffrey? Yeah, where his comfort was. And I think a lot of times just looking at Baker Mayfield and when he played in Cleveland, they dumbed the offense down for him. When he played well, it was one read.
That was something you kept saying about him, the half field reads. And
it was half field reads. When he played well, it was hand the ball off. It was play action, roll out. You read one half of the field. And that's when he played well. So now when you come into this new offense, again, I just think this is where it gets a little tricky with him learning the new offense, having to read everything. But hey, I'm happy for him. He got a new start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll see what happens with him and Sam Darnold in the competition, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as we think.
Yeah, you made a good point too, because you're not only learning the offense, shit, you learning your teammates, you learning your receivers, your running backs, your offensive line, your center. And when you're in a quarterback competition, it's not like you just traded and they're going to hand them the job.
Right.
Matt Rule came out, or the GM came out and said it's going to be an open competition going into training camp. And as players, everybody else on the team, I don't know how you feel about it, but that's a bad feeling for me. Like I'm not interested in going into an NFL season with a quarterback competition. It's probably going to be something similar in Pittsburgh. I'm expecting Mitch Trubisky to start. But that's tough because you're splitting reps. You know, football, a lot of it is about rhythm. It's about feeling. Where's your guy going to be on that curl route? You know, how is the tight end block chip and get out? Like, it's different when you're going with the first team, then Thursday I'm going with the second team. In this period, like, that's tough. So to your point, it's going to be tougher for him to learn it in this short period of time. But I just think the talent gap between the two, I think is big. But Christian McCaffrey, he's going to help both of them be better if he's out there healthy. So that's priority number one for that organization is keeping 22.
Healthy,
yeah, keeping 22 on that field. And that's been a lot easier said than done for him for the last few years. And, you know, I had some people tell me, like, you know, people kind of look at him a little with some side eye too, like not sure if he can play through some of these things that he's not playing through. But we shall see, man. It's a big year for him too. It's a big year for him. But what else we got, man?
Before we keep it moving, man, we gotta give you your flowers.
Hey.
Man. I want to do this, man. You know, obviously, you know, we've been doing this man-to-man thing for a while, but just
2 years this month.
2 years, man. And time flies.
That's crazy.
But just knowing you and knowing your passion about the game and you wanting to get into the media space, getting on TV as you should. You know, you just this past week, man, being on there all week, man, you did a hell of a job, bro. Seems like you was a seasoned vet up there. You know, hopefully you get that call soon, and you know that's your daytime job, man. But again, man, I want to tip my hat off to you, bro, man. You did a hell of a job on that Good Morning Football, bro.
Hey, appreciate that, big bro. Man, it was it was fun, man. It was fun. It was a great experience all around. Just seeing, you know, because you do some stuff remote, especially since we've been doing this. We started the pod in July 2020, and that was obviously in the middle of the pandemic, the onset of the pandemic. So everything was remote. So going on a bunch of these shows and stuff, doing it from home, obviously it's a complete different ball game when you're in studio, you're in those pre-meetings, going through the different cameras, teleprompters, all that. So it was a great learning experience. It was fun. You know, got more comfortable as the week went on. And, you know, we talking ball and then making TV, you know, kind of finding that fine line between the two. But I had fun, man. It was fun. It was definitely something after the week where I was like, you know what? Like, this could definitely be something I do for a minute. But shout out to everybody at Good Morning Football, at NFL Networks. That's a tough show to do. 3 hours.
Ooh, early in the morning too.
Early in the morning. Not only that, and we're in the middle of July. You know, we about to everybody's reporting to training camp soon, but you got to come up with different segments and talk about different things. So shout out to all the producers, you know, the people behind the scenes, wardrobe, makeup, everybody that had anything to do with me getting up there. And but I feel like the crew, we had a successful week. It was cool, man, but it was fun. But appreciate that, bro.
Already, man. We're going to tap in some of these clips, man. Here we go.
Hey, let's get it.
2013 wild card, Lucas Oil Stadium. We are getting obliterated 38-10. It's Kansas City Chiefs. And Andrew Luck made some magic. Let's get back to it. Matter of fact, let's look at the play. Big gap to where Baker Mayfield and where Sam Darnold is. And I think that's going to show. He was in socks. I'm in flip-flops here. Whoa! I mean, it's like I'm 5'10", he's what, 6'5", single high safety, no help. People always talk about being on the island on the outside. This is a setup for the offense to put this slot defender on an island. I've seen alligators open front doors.
What?
I mean,
open front doors?
Look it up. With Jalen Hurts being at that quarterback position, especially using a running back and using his legs, don't be afraid to expand the passing game with Jalen Hurts. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. You were 7 years old when the Colts won their Super Bowl where they beat the Bears, Adam.
What? Not people that, like, don't go into the forest because...
Yeah.
Get off the
black
break,
people.
bro.
If you know there's black people, I promise. You can ask me. We don't go into forests, natures where bears just hang out. We don't. Okay. All kicking and punting plays should be banned. I mean, of course they should be banned. Let the real players play. Okay? If we didn't have punters and kickers, where would my guy Pat McAfee be right now? I mean, and they get the same checks we get on Monday. Are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous. I love you guys. I love you
There you go. Hey,
that shit was fun, man.
The black folks, that was perfect. But then, like, the kickers too, that was on point too, man. Like I said, bro, man, happy for you, man. You did a hell of a job, man.
Appreciate you, bro. I'm mad I should have. You know, I had to sneak my hooping clips in there too.
Yeah.
And start talking about basketball. Hey, I hit the producers. Hey, y'all go to my IG, find some of the basketball clips, throw them up. But yeah, a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Appreciate you once again, man. Everybody that tapped in, everybody that supported, all the tweets, everything on IG. Appreciate that more than anything, man. No. It's up. It's up.
It's up from here. It's
yes,
up
sir.
From here.
What else we got, man?
Man, we
I'm about to get right back with them quarterbacks.
Go ahead.
Last week, according to, we had a top 10 quarterbacks list in NFL. Come out. According to execs, coaches, scouts, and players. I wonder how they got this, how they really put this list together.
So this is what this is what
Lamar Jackson being left off.
Hold on, D. But before they always talk about, hey, these lists of execs, coaches, players. My time in the league, I probably filled out, and you can kind of piggyback on this. My 14 years in the league, I probably filled out
14 years.
2 or 3 lists in my 14 years. And obviously that was on the top 100. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure like when they ask the players this or if they even do, but Lamar deserves to be on that top 10 list.
Man, let me look at this list again. And for the people that can't see the screen, the list: Aaron Rodgers at 1, Patrick Mahomes at 2, Josh Allen at 3, Tom Brady at 4. I think a lot of people agree with that. We talked about that when the match was played. AB's guy Joe Burrow at 5, Matt Stafford Super Bowl champ at 6, my guy Justin Herbert at 7, Danger Russell Wilson at 8, Deshaun Watson at 9, Dak Prescott at 10. Once again, Lamar Jackson being, the big omission. And I'm right there with you. My 9 years, I can't remember, contributing to putting together any of these lists. I remember the top 100 when we were sitting in the meeting rooms and we'll kind of talk about some of the people. But yeah, exactly. Who you got? I bet. Who you got? I bet. And then some players, might just pass it to one of the media interns or something to fill it out. So, and the execs, which execs are they really talking to? Who's really putting these lists together? A lot of these execs don't really know football like that. Honestly, it's a lot of people in the chat right now, no bullshit, that actually know football more than the execs. They know more than the business side of stuff like that. Now, when you get the scouts should know their ball. Coaches obviously should know their ball, and then players know their ball. So, but I mean, this is egregious. Fix my damn earpiece.
Yeah, I definitely have Lamar over Dak right now. Sure, I got Lamar over Deshaun Watson being out of football.
Yeah, he done been out, 2 years?
Yeah, not knowing how he's gonna, come back. And really, right now, I have Lamar.
Russ, I got him over Russ.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So he's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah, that's right where he'll fall. He'll probably fall right after, where they got Herbert. I can't, you got Burrow, Herbert. That's a toss up. Matt Stafford, he just won a Super Bowl, so on his first team with the Rams. So not gonna argue that too much. Yeah. Deshaun, he been, that football shit. He was obviously great before, before when the last time we saw him playing full seasons, he was obviously a great player. But it's been a minute. Right. This year you don't just jump back in there like this is a he got a lot of money, so they're expecting to be 230 guaranteed. They're expecting him to still be that guy. I am as well, but I can't put him on the list over a guy like Lamar. Even though Lamar did struggle at parts last year, he was hurt in and out of the lineup. But I think Lamar Jackson, I think that Baltimore Ravens team too. We ain't talked about the AFC North yet. I don't think. Have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we ain't talking about them yet. But that they're gonna be my pick. Spoiler alert: they're gonna be my pick to win that division.
Baltimore?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Baltimore. I took them a few weeks ago. I mean, you got Lamar coming back. I think this is gonna be a contract year for him. I think he's gonna end up betting on himself. Just because I feel like unless something happens right before training camp, they figure a deal out. But he's gonna be betting on himself. And like anytime we've seen Lamar out there healthy, he's been amazing. One of one. You get J.K. Dobbins back, Gus Edwards. Little shaky receiver room, but you got Mark Andrews, who's I would say a top 3 tight end in the league, and then you got a lot of guys coming back on that defensive side of the ball. Yep. And they've drafted really well the last 2 years, and even this year. So I think those guys will be a lot of plug and play guys. Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame, who was coming into the season looking at a top 5 pick. They got him. They got Lindenbaum. They got my guy Travis Jones in the D-line out of UConn, who should have been in the first round. They got him in the 3rd. So I'm bullish on this Ravens team, man. I'm excited to watch him. Who you got in this division? I know we ain't talking about it yet.
Nah, we haven't. We haven't.
Surprised when I said Ravens, though.
Yeah, but again, you make some valid points. You know what I mean? As far as Lamar getting back healthy, that receiving room does give me some pause there, but I feel as though the defense gets back healthy and they added some guys that I think that could really enhance what they do on that side of the ball too. But I'm gonna stick with Cincy, man. Obviously, I think it's gonna be a year for them where they're gonna have that bullseye on their back all year. They can't creep up on anybody, so it's going to talk about a lot as far as their leadership and what that mantra is in that locker room. Because it's not easy having a successful season, even though they lost in that Super Bowl, to come back and stack 2 together. That's going to be tough. But I do like what they're building over there in Cincy. So I'm gonna go with Cincy winning that division this year.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You got to feel good betting on Joe Burrow. Like that got to be all right. So I can't blame you on that at all. And then Jamar Chase, bro, that was his rookie year after coming off of a year in college where he didn't play. Like he sat out all year, came back and played. I mean, him, Michael Parsons, the left tackle out of that came out of Oregon and played for the Lions. His name is slipping. All those guys missed and came out and played. Unreal. I think Jamar Chase is going to be a top 5 receiver again this year. Obviously, Boyd, T. Higgins. So hard to argue with you there, too. I am concerned with them not signing Jesse Bates, though. Really, really good free safety. If we remember how the playoffs started for them last year when they went upset Tennessee Titans, who were the 1 seed in the AFC. First play of the game, I think, Jesse Bates come out the post and pick off a route that, he knew he made in his mind probably on Wednesday. And Joe Burrow actually spoke about him, saying that he's one of the most important pieces on that team. Not only what he does,
you can tell that.
Not only what he does on the field, but off the field. So that's big when you get that from your franchise quarterback, and them not handling that business, having him in camp. He hasn't signed his tender, so he can miss training camp and not be fine. It's going to be interesting to see. So I know you probably dealt with this at some point in your career. once the deadline passed, I think last Friday, they can't do a long-term deal this season at all, right?
No, they cannot.
That's ridiculous to me. Why is that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that, CBA should be able to, next CBA talk about, I mean, even though we don't agree, it shouldn't be dead in the water. You should still have the opportunity where you could, possibly get the deal done. But yeah, man, I think that division is gonna be tough, man, because you still got Cleveland. We don't know what's gonna happen with Deshaun, how many games he's gonna get. Obviously, I don't think it's gonna be a year. So however many games he get, Jacoby Brissett being able to step in and see how many games he could win until Deshaun gets back in there. And then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can never count them out. Mike T does a great job up there running that team. Always has the Pittsburgh Steelers ready to play and prepared. Never had a losing season. So that speaks volume of what he does up there. So that division is going to be tough. You got Baltimore, I got Cincy, but again, you can't sleep on either one of them teams in that division.
So, speaking on them Steelers, obviously moving on from an all-time great quarterback in their franchise. And when you think about the Steelers, you think about stability, like ownership, head coach, quarterback. So now you're moving on Mitch Trubisky, or you got the rookie, Kenny Pickett behind him. What's your thoughts on Trubisky this year? You think he can bounce back after
money-making Mitch?
And with Brian Daboll over there at Buffalo for a year?
Hey, money-making Mitch, I think he can, but I would go with the young boy. And you know me, that's not even like me.
That's very unlike you throwing the young boy in the fire like that.
That's not even like me, but I feel as though this is a good situation for him. Coming in from Pittsburgh, OC, I think the OC and the young quarterback could mesh together. You have a great running back in the backfield. You have some good pieces on the outside, and your defense is always solid over there at Pittsburgh.
They got the highest paid defense in the league this year too.
So I think this will be a good time to throw the young boy in. And
that's like AB said, that's very unlike him.
this is unlike me. I was the only reason why I would say otherwise if that vet that we had in the room was a tad bit better than Money Making Mitch. Even though Money Making Mitch did do some good things, some decent things when he was with the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Pro Bowler got him to the playoffs. I don't think Matt Nagy, did him any favors, but got Deontay Johnson, Muth out there, tight end, like you spoke about, Najee Harris, young offensive lineman, Chase Claypool, who said he a top 3 receiver in this league. Let's see what Matt Canada can do with him. But the odds for this division, you got the Baltimore Ravens. They got the best odds. They're the favorites to win it right now at plus 160. You got the Bengals at plus 180. So that's, damn near the same. You got the Browns plus 280. And then the Steelers at plus 950. So if you are one of those fans who feel like the Steelers may surprise a lot of people, a lot of some great value right there in that pick at plus 950 to win the division, according to the FanDuel sports book. Let me see the win totals for this.
It's tight up there, the top 3 with Baltimore.
Yeah, 160,
180.
Yep, and 280 for the Browns. Obviously, I'm sure that might change. Let's say it's a 4-game suspension for Deshaun. Even that'll probably bump. And then let's say there's no suspension for Deshaun. They might be the favorites to win the division, looking at the sports book. But I'm going to start with your Bengals. Win totals. Oh, I feel like it's an easy pick, but we shall see. Over under 9.5 for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Over.
All right, there you go. Man, it's gonna be a tough division. I gotta go over though. Yeah, I can't. You can't bet against fucking Burrow. Baltimore Ravens, same one, 9.5.
I have them over.
It's gonna be a tough division. Where are these Cleveland Browns at?
Tough.
They not even on it. They don't have their win totals up here on the FanDuel Sportsbook yet.
They ain't got the Browns up there?
Nah, they waiting for that suspension to come out. They mess around and put it at 8.5 or something. Then Deshaun don't get
FanDuel. I don't know. I don't like that FanDuel.
That's how these sports books do.
I don't like that.
And then Pittsburgh Steelers win total set at 7.5.
I give them over too.
Mike Tomlin never.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mike.
Based off Tomlin's track record, they gonna win. They gonna win at least 8. If they lose, they gonna tie one. So
he did that with Doug Hodges. So yeah, so Steelers, like you said, they are plus 950 to win the division, and then their over/under win total set at 7.5. So right now we got all these teams winning at least.
I need to go put my money in the book right now on that Pittsburgh.
Woo, for real. Yeah, that's Mike time. I'm betting on Mike.
Yeah, 7-5-7. That's home team, baby.
7-5. All right, man. Good football talk. Once again, just like we said,
Jeremy been hot in the chat today. He said Watson is overrated.
All right, well, I mean,
he's been hot in the chat today. He said,
we shall see. We're gonna see this year when you get back out there. I never had the opportunity. I never played against him, but watching him on film, special talent. We shall see. And Jeremy I believe, is a Ravens fan too. So
he is.
Big time Ravens fan. But it's good football talk. We made it almost to I think 52 days away, according to Boston Connor's Twitter. And Pat, they're back on the air today too. Shout out to Pat too. Pat signed an extension with WWE, and he got a big match coming up against Corbin. Were you teammates with Corbin too? Because he was he obviously big time in WWE now, but you might have had to be, because they were roommates as rookies. So maybe he was a training camp guy, maybe got cut in training camp.
Well. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, because it was
14 years. You had a lot of teammates, bro. It's impossible for you to remember them all. But
also
shout out to Pat.
Shout out. While we talking about training camp, we got two rookie teams reporting to camp today. I think we got the Raiders and the Bills. I think Raiders and the Bills reporting to camp today, rookies, man. So it's that time. It's that time.
Get those rookies some advice, man. If you could go back to 2006.
Take it one day at a time. And getting that cold tub every day.
Ooh.
And so 3 things: take it one day at a time, getting that cold tub every day, and stay in the books.
So cold tub, even when you're feeling good.
Even when you're feeling great. And today will be the last day you're feeling great. So every day, even when you like, oh, you know what, I'm good, man, get in that cold tub for at least 10 minutes. Take it one day at a time. And make sure you stay in that playbook.
Yeah, that's good. Great advice from a 14-year vet. Should I give you some too? At rookies, make sure your meeting room snacks on point. Make sure you make sure. Now it's gonna be tougher for a rookie than it will be a vet, but try your very best to schedule a little power nap at some point in that schedule, about 20-25 minutes. That's a game changer right there. AB talked about, getting that ice tub. What else? Snacks, power nap. And then at night, when you're going over, that next install, dedicate about 30 minutes, man. 25, 30 minutes, just go over some stuff. Maybe if you got some questions for that next morning. Because training camp, for these coaches, for everybody, there's so many players in there, like shit moving so fast. You may not be getting the reps you want to get. So come in there with them questions, get them mental reps, take advantage of the mental reps in training camp. Because it's going to be a point in training camp where the young guys is not getting a bunch of reps. Because early on, you want to get your vets, get them back acclimated, get the reps. And then as you get close to the season, you starting to taper it back for the vets that's going to be there, that's going to be playing. And now you get the guys who really fighting for those jobs. They're going to ramp up those reps. So like AB said, get in that cold tub even when you're feeling good, so that when that back in the training camp come and preseason game 3 and your ass out there for 80 snaps, you know, you ain't looking like shit. So that will be our advice. That'll be the advice from the Man-to-Man pod going into training camp.
Man, we're gonna put this out, man. So
yeah, we
the other books can tap in and hear it, man. But like D-Bus said, that third game, you out there 70+ snaps running to the sideline with a cotton mouth.
Yes. Looking at AB with his J's on, a bucket hat, eating some sunflower seeds.
Like, but yeah, man. Good advice.
Yeah, for sure. What else we got? What time we got? We got plenty of time. Man, Bron, did you catch Bron at all in Drew League?
Man, you know, I caught some of the highlights, man. It was hey, regardless if it's Drew League or not, Drew League's supposed to be one of the top leagues, summer leagues out there.
Mm-hmm.
For him to pull up at, he's what, 37?
Yeah. Going into year 20.
Going
to year 20, bro.
Going to year 20, 42-16. But he made it look real easy, though. Obviously, as he should.
Yeah,
as he should. One of the greatest to ever do it. You know, going in there playing against some talented guys. I'm not going to sit here and say these guys are untalented, some talented guys. But he made it look so easy, man. 42-16, man. What, like, and he didn't have to do this.
Big, yeah, that's big. And it's in LA. You know, Drew League's in LA. He's obviously been in LA for a few years now. So he put out a post, hey, man, it's for the city, it's for the culture. And everybody that was in that building, shit, even us that watched it, I know before he even started playing, it was like 100,000 streaming. I downloaded a whole new app just to try to watch it, Caffeine app.
Yeah.
The NBA had it on their website. So, you know, like you said, he didn't have to do this. But everybody that was in there, this is kind of like, you know, KD going to Rucker Park or Kobe going to Rucker Park, Kobe going to Drew. Like these players that go into and step into these arenas, like those are unforgettable moments. That's something that's kind of going to be played back forever. Obviously, we remember everything they do on the court, but it's a different feel. It's a different thing when you walk in, you know, through that crowd and just being there. Like that was a dope moment. I'm sure everybody on there, you saw the pictures of the cat, you know, the dudes guarding them.
Yeah.
I know I had that shit framed and put right up in the Mary Cave.
No question. No question. Hey, we got a good question from Tone. Do y'all think this is a sign of his farewell tour? That's a great question, Tone.
That is a great question. I didn't even think about that.
You know, I know he's always talked about how he wants to play on the same team as Bronny. And Bronny this year is what? He's a senior in high school?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He been stepping this game up too.
Yeah. I don't know. And that's what I said. That's what I was thinking. Year 20. That's a great number just to throw the deuces out there. 20 years, done it at a high level. I've been at the top of the game. That's a great question, Tom.
Yeah. I would. If my answer, though, I would say no. It's not a farewell tour just yet because of what AB just said. He said he wanted to play with his son. I think his son is, you know, pretty close. And obviously LeBron got the juice. Shit, Shaq got enough juice to get his son out there, which, you know, that was what it was. But I think he'll still continue to play. And based off how he played last year, and you know, obviously it looked easy at the Drew League, which we all expected. But he's still playing like some damn good ball. He's still a top 5 player in the NBA, in my opinion. So, like, I would say no. I don't see him hanging it up just yet. So he might get 21, maybe 22. But who knows? Every season brings its own challenges. So who knows what he's gonna go through this season coming up. But Lakers fans, they've been busy this offseason, man. They trying to get Kyrie. A lot of them trying to get Russ out of there. They trying to get KD. Like, so it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. Kyrie was reportedly going to go to the Drew League as well. But he ended up at Phil Handy's, which is a Lakers assistant coach who does a lot of training, puts out some dope training video content too. I think 94 feet is his IG. But Kyrie was out there with some young ladies, like helping with that clinic and that tape. And he does obviously a bunch of stuff in the community, and specifically with the women's game. Kyrie has had his hands all over the women's game, even the WNBA. Donated a bunch of money to them during the pandemic and stuff. So shout out to Kai too.
No doubt. No doubt. So yeah, we definitely gonna be on the lookout, man. See what's gonna happen. There's been a lot of talk. While we're gonna keep it on the basketball side, we're gonna go to the WNBA though. A'ja Wilson ties a coach for the most 20+ point games in franchise history. Only took her half of the amount of games though.
Did that last night against the what was it, the Sun? Yeah, that's crazy.
A'ja Wilson, 66 20-point games. Becky Hammond second, obviously her coach, 66. Sophie Young-Malcolm, 65. A'ja Wilson, man, she's been balling this year.
Got that statue outside of South Carolina. That's that's some legendary shit. You got a statue out there. But I was watching this last night. It was a big game, obviously in the WNBA. But it took her, so they tied for 66 with the lead with Becky Hammond. It took Becky Hammond 223 games to get those 66. Sophia Young-Malcolm, she had 65 20-point games. It took her 301 games. So 301 for Sophia, 223 for Becky. It only took A'ja 138. So
she's gonna crush that.
So
that new number, she's gonna crush that.
Yeah, she's a special talent. They got a mob over there too. Kelsey Plum, who's just All-Star Game MVP. They got to send her a new trophy though. They was bogus for that. That was bogus for that WNBA.
Yeah, they like, come on now, like that's disrespectful, yo. Like and for me, it'd be like when these things happen, like it has to trickle down through a bunch of people, and nobody thought to say like, yo, like, come on, yo, like I can go to my son's or my daughter's room right now and pick up a trophy better than that.
And now the 2000, and she was holding that, and then her teammates made fun of her too, you know, obviously a huge accomplishment for Kelsey Plum. And, you know, she made light of it. She made fun of it. But like you said, man, somebody got to be held accountable for that. It was a lot of people on that email thread, on whatever, in the rooms where decisions are made. It was like, all right, it's going to be the one we go with. Like
that shit, it got to be a joke. They had to send her something in the mail or something, I hope.
Like, come on. We got to do better with it. Especially we trying to advance the women's game. We're trying to do more. We got to do better. But shout out to Kelsey, shout out to A'ja. Absolute legends in the game.
Mm-hmm. Then, you know, Tone brought it up. I think we talked about it last night a little bit. The Portland Trail Blazers, you know, winning the summer league, and getting rings. I think the Beverly Hills, I think the company that does the most of the championship rings did the NBA Summer League rings as well.
Yeah, Jason of Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills for sure.
What you think about that, though?
I don't like it.
Summer League champions getting rings.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And I actually saw a video of Damian Lillard finding out that they won. He didn't even know they won the joint. He was like on vacation somewhere with his family. And one of his teammates like, yeah, we just won it. They got the rings and shit. I mean, I don't like it. I'm sure they're going to enjoy it. They're going to put it in their trophy room.
I mean, come on, man. As they should, but I don't like it.
If they're going to do that, go ahead. Y'all go ahead and give Pat Bev one too, man, for that play-in joint.
Pat Bev was hype, boy. Like, shit. That boy hype stood on the motherfucking score table.
Hey, that was some funny shit. But I love sports, man. Sports, man.
Ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it, man.
Ain't nothing like it.
Man. Speaking of sports and athletes, we got one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods too. Do we have that Tiger Woods graphic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go to Tiger Woods first. We'll go to Tiger. These are two. Lewis Hamilton, Tiger Woods. They are very much in the same ilk. But Tiger Woods, man, teared up.
Ho. You said they're in the same
ilk.
All right.
I mean, but we'll get to it though. We'll get to it. But Tiger Woods, one of the most dominant figures in sports. Obviously just shine a whole new light on the golf game. But he took what we think will be his last walk up to the 18th hole in St. Andrews. Obviously, he didn't go out like he would, want to go out. But it was a dope moment though. Everybody that was there, like literally, it was an ovation for the entire walk. He got him. I haven't seen him, get emotional a ton, but obviously he's been through a lot personally, professionally. So it's to see him tearing up, kind of seeing that human side, I guess. It was definitely a special moment for Tiger and for the game of golf. When you got a guy like an icon like this. What's that?
I said for the fans too.
Yeah.
I think any player or anybody that's I kind of talk about it all the time. I talk to my wife about it. It's like I feel as though it's nothing like being a performer, right? So especially like you a singer or rapper or whatever, and you on stage by yourself, and you can look into the crowd, and it's thousands of people singing your song. I feel like there's no better feeling than that. But word for word. So to see, Tiger walking, like you said, on that 18th hole and what he's done for the game of golf, that was a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So, again, shout out to Tiger, what he's been able to accomplish. Yeah. Not too long ago, reaching that billionaire status. But again, it's what he's done for the game, man. It's tremendous.
Absolutely. Now, Cam Smith, with the mullet, ended up winning the Open 150th. He had an incredible back nine. Rory was leading, and he walked him down, had an unbelievable finish. He won. And they asked him, I think it was tacky to ask him this right after winning the championship, but one of the reporters, they're going to do their job, I guess, asked him about the rumors of him potentially going to the Live Golf tourney, and he kind of dodged it. Kind of was like, that's up to my team or whatever. He did win, I think, a $2.5 million purse. But
$2.5, that's it, man. That's it. That's it, man. You better go over to Live. Shit, what you talking about,
man? So, like we talked about, and the reporter told the British Open,
about $2.5. I just won the Open. Man,
his name has been mentioned among a potential star to join Norman's group, to which Smith said, I just won the British Open. He asked me about that. I think that's pretty not that good. When pressed further, he said, I don't know, mate. My team around me worries about that stuff. I'm here to win golf tournaments. Great answer, Cam. Will he move on to Live? Most likely, and I can't blame him at all. We've talked about this ad nauseum. We were talking about this early. As soon as we saw this shit come out, we like, oh yeah, we know which way that's going. PGA in trouble. Charles Barkley, a tweet for Front Office Sports. Charles Barkley recently told at Pat McAfee show, quote, if somebody gave me $200 million, I'd kill a relative. I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
But in regards to the PGA Tour players taking that Live money, now Barkley has confirmed to at Next Round Live that he has agreed to meet with Live Golf about a potential role. Obviously,
of course.
And I'm sure they dropped that bag on him. A lot of people probably gonna have some shit to say about Barkley. We know Barkley not gonna give a. He told y'all a long time ago he ain't a role model, but
not gonna care one bit. But hey, Shout out Mr. Smith from the 2.5 bag.
Crazy.
2.5 million bag winning the Open. But like business is business, baby.
Tiger turned down to Billy, but it's easy, I guess.
It's easy.
I can't even say it's easy to turn down to Billy. I can't even finish that sentence, but I don't know personally. I would assume it's a lot easier to turn that down when you're already worth that. I mean, how much did your life change? Your lifestyle changed from being worth 1 to 2. Once again, I don't know, but he turned it down. So
yeah, again, to your point, it's hard to turn down a Billy, but when you are a billionaire and down the road you're gonna have an exponential amount of opportunities, you're not really tripping per se. You know what I mean? Whereas some other guys, that's when Liv come knocking,
hey.
Let me just read through this contract, make sure ain't no no crazy.
Yeah, I ain't got to kill a relative or nothing like that.
Right.
But hey, y'all keep chasing y'all dreams, man. And that's somebody put it in the chat too. It said a Billy post divorce is, that's wild. That's definitely wild. But shout out, quick question. Chauncey Williams, DB, have you listened to the Athletic podcast about luck? I actually started it. Zach Kiefer put, I think, a 6-part podcast talking about Andrew Luck and everything going on. I actually started, and it's pretty good so far. So I want to.
What is it about?
I want to finish it. Just really everything. His rise, Andrew Luck's rise. He got they got Chris Ballard on there, his college coach David Shaw. I think Chuck Pagano on there. He actually talks about him actually sitting down with Luck, conversing with him. Luck popped up at Robert Mathis too down there out there in Indy. Went to his camp, talking to his campers and stuff like that. So that was dope to see our guys back together. But just everything, I guess, behind the scenes, just a 6-part. And detailed, Zach Kiefer does a really good job of what he does. So it was interesting to the first listen at least. So I got to finish the other 5 episodes.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
But
shout out to Luck, man.
Shout out to Drew. Happy in post football career. The French Grand Prix is this weekend. This past weekend, I had no F1. It was tough on you, boy, man. But French Grand Prix is back this weekend. Lewis Hamilton, once again, an all-time great, will enter the prestigious 300 race club, which is, obviously 300 races. These are the only other members of the club. You got Kimi Räikkönen. If I mess my names up, I'm sorry. Kimi, who had 353. Fernando Alonso, who's still on the grid, 347. Rubens, 326. Jenson Button, 309. Michael Schumacher, who a lot of people would say is the GOAT. He had 308. And then Lewis Hamilton, who a lot of other people would say is the GOAT, at 299 going into this weekend. So he's been dominant this season. 3 podiums in a row. For those who don't know what a podium is, it's a top 3 finish, basically. So I think he broke a record with that too last race. So shout out to Sir Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, since we bouncing around sports, baseball.
Hey, I'm not all the way mad at this.
I'm not mad at all.
Nationals Juan Soto reportedly rejects 15-year, $440 million offer. Team could entertain trade offers. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. 15 years, and the way the baseball money inflates and continue to rise.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, obviously, there's some language that you could put in there at different times or whatever. But yeah, like, why would I sign my name on a 15-year, $440 million? Yeah, I'm not mad at him at all.
At all. Mind you, this is a 23-year-old and is the only active MLB player right now with more walks than strikeouts. Once again, the only active MLB player with more walks than strikeouts. I think if he signed this deal this wouldn't even put him in the top 20 or barely put him in the top 20 as far as averages per year go. Now, obviously, the pictures, they shoot that number up, but I'm not mad at this at all. 15 years, that's way too. I'd take him from 23 to 38 with the Nationals, who you know, probably going to be changing ownership soon. But way too long for sports. Baseball, I'm looking at maybe 10. Give me a 10-year.
Give me 5.
350. You know what I mean? Give me 5, you know, and as we know, baseball, this is guaranteed. But this deal right here, 15 for 440, that's not even 30 a year. And obviously, you look at a lot of people, oh my God, it's 440 or 30 a year. It is generational money, obviously, but it's about the market. It's about what can you get at that moment? What value do you have? What leverage do you have? So now they're going to be entertaining trade offers. They're saying the trade package will probably be the biggest in history if they do move them. But shout out to Juan Soto, man.
Yeah.
Look like he's betting on himself even
As
more.
As
he should. It's a Scott Boras guy as well. So, yeah, top 5, according to Tone, top 5 position player contract-wise, a 12-year for $500 will be on par. And the baseball insider that I know, Russell Dorsey over at Valley Sports, told me the same thing a few months ago, and I was on him like, yeah, that number is going to have to start at 5 if he's signing more than 10 years. So, that baseball money different.
Bet on yourself early and often, baby.
We'll probably see him at the Yankees or the Dodgers uniform pretty soon. Speaking of, we got the home run derby props. MLB All-Star Game is upon us. Pete Alonso. You said what?
Who you taking?
I might go with Juan Soto. Just because, in the news, we talking about him turning down his deal. I might go Juan Soto at plus 650. But these are the odds right here, according to FanDuel Sportsbook. Pete Alonso, a.k.a. the Polar Bear, New York Mets, plus 185. He's a favorite. Kyle Schwarber, plus 270. Juan Soto, plus 650. Ronald Acuna Jr., plus 650. Julio Rodriguez, plus 850. Corey Seager, plus 950. Jose Ramirez, plus 1,500. Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols still in there.
Pujols still out there, man. But yeah, I don't know. Who you got? I like the Polar Bear. He been there a couple times. I think he done won it at least once.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm going Juan Soto plus 650.
I'm gonna go with the favorite.
You going with the favorite plus 185?
I'm gonna go Pete Alonso.
There you go. All-Star MVP. Who would it be? Shohei Ohtani. Shohei is the favorite at plus 400. You got Aaron Judge on here. Vladimir Guerrero, Mookie Betts, Stanton. I might go with Stanton on this one. He's having.
Are you going to watch the home run derby for 1? And for 2, are you going to watch any of the All-Star game?
Nah, I would. If the home run derby's on, I'll watch it. If it's on, like, it's not something that I just turn off because I'm a sports guy. I'm a sports junkie, but I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, like it's 8 o'clock. I gotta get in front of the TV and watch the home run derby. So if it's on, I'll watch it. Don't know when it's on, to be honest. But if I catch it on TV, I'm not gonna turn it off. Are you a home run derby guy?
I used to be, but to your point, I'm not gonna rush home to watch it. If I'm here in the house, I'm chilling. I will put it on. It was at one point in time I would try to get to the crib and catch it.
But you remember when we were coming up, it was like a home. Them boys on that real juice. But any game was on McGuire, Sosa, Bonds. But them boys out there. Yeah.
Hey, even though on that juice, man, you still gotta have that hand-eye coordination, man.
I think that juice helps with that too.
You think so?
So I've heard. But them boys, but the pitcher was on it too. So they was out throwing gas too.
Hey, you know what I watched last night? And I watched I forgot what station it's on, but they having the history of like the wrestlers and they choosing like the different matchups. I watched the Goldberg joint last night. That's when wrestling was.
He was a football player too, right?
Yeah, he played at Georgia, University of Georgia. He had a little stint in the league with Atlanta, and I think first it was I forgot the first team, but it was Atlanta. Then he had when the expansion came with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Panthers picked him up, but he had an injury. Went over to the wrestling joint, but that was impressive, man. It got me wanting to see a few more other guys that they're going to highlight. A&E legends, yeah. Now that Goldberg shit was tough last night that I watched.
I might have to tap into one of those, man. We talked about Barry Corbin, who was a former coach, obviously didn't work out football, but went and did great. He's doing great things on their wrestling scenes. I think Steve Austin, Stone Cold, might have been a former player too. Obviously, The Rock, who if I had to bring it, he'd be the GOAT for me. A lot of these cats got football background.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Rock, man. XFL. You know, they was out there at Jackson State, man. With HBCUs. I think they'll actually be in Arizona on Friday as well, man. So I'm excited to see what this XFL will be able to do next year.
I am too.
USFL. They crowned their winners not too long ago, man. So we'll see, man. I'm excited to see what can come of these leagues.
Yeah, a couple players from the USFL too are getting a shot training camp. From what they did in USFL, so that's what it's supposed to do. Hopefully, it continues to do that on a larger scale. But that's dope, man. Shout out to Rock, man, going out there to Jackson State and doing that. He was in a combine shirt. And then looking, did you get a chance to catch this fight? Ryan Garcia knocked out another slap.
Nah, I did, man. I'm mad I missed it. But obviously he put some quick work in to set up. Hopefully, I'm thinking everybody wants to see this.
I know I do.
Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. It got what's it? No, that's too soon. Probably no. I'm thinking, what's this? July, August, September, October, November, December. Shit, top of the new year.
I saw something that said end of the year. I don't know if it's accurate, but let me see. It might have been a tweet from Tank where he said, "See y'all at the end of the year." Hashtag the one. So I would like to see it. I would like to see who would you take in that?
I'm taking Tank. I'm taking Tank.
I might be with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
So if we can get the Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis and Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, hey,
that'd be big for boxing.
Hey, that's huge.
That'd be big for boxing. That'd win over more casuals like myself. And these are, especially that Bud, when people been talking about this for a minute, like, hey, the best fighters aren't fighting each other because of the other shit behind the scenes. So we need to get this done. I want to see this Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, because honestly, every time I saw Garcia, I haven't seen him fight anybody yet. I don't know if I missed it, but he went in as a minus 1,200 favorite in his last fight. I ain't tuning in for that.
Yeah,
get my $60 for that.
For me, I would love to see these two matchups. Garcia versus Davis and Spence and Bud. If we can get that this year,
that'd be big. Molly Mall said Shakir gonna beat all their ass. Yeah. Haney versus Tank. That's what I want to see. Haney versus Tank.
I don't know if Haney ready for Tank. Yeah.
Did we watch the ECW? I don't know. I watched a bunch of them.
Yeah, it was so many at one point. Yeah. When
that shit was on, I was definitely. I remember Goldberg was the spear, right? He's a spear cat.
Yeah, spear. Yeah. Then I forgot there was the other joint when he had him straight up in the air, and they was kind of talking about how he was like 150 something and like how you coming to Goldberg, like that's it was crazy. Nah, it was a good watch. Good watch.
Yeah, I gotta tap in, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. The gang was here. Y'all were active per usual. We'll see y'all on Thursday. And we'll be dropping some dope content that we put together throughout the little break we had. We caught up down here in Miami with AB's agency. We had a decent on the show before. We're going to have him on again, the sports and entertainment group. We got some dope shit coming. And shout out to Steph Diggs, too. Stephon Diggs. We were in Miami. We were talking about this event that he had on. You want to speak more about the event he did in D.C.?
Yeah. Damn, I forgot what the
I think it's Black on the Block.
Black on the Block. Yeah, Black on the Block. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is from the D.C. Maryland area, man, and he was able to. I think it was 100 Black-owned businesses, man. Have them come out and get some notoriety. Had the DJ, and it was a great event, man. So shout out to Stephon Diggs, man, what he's doing out there in the city, and shout out to the sports and entertainment group, man, backing him and supporting him.
Yeah, it looked like it was a great turnout. Shout out to Steph Diggs, man. That was big. That was dope. And hearing him talk about it, and he was talking to us about it, you could tell it was something he was passionate about, and that's not something that's easy to do in a big city, especially a city like DC. So. Big shout out to Steph, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate y'all, man. Big shout out to y'all. Y'all know what to do. Go tap in with Pat and the guys. They're back on the air as well. And we'll see y'all on Thursday, man.
Yes, sir.
Out of here. So we got to get over these Popeye shit. I saw some clips of the Asante Samuel, and we had the man-to-man alum Asante Samuel. We had him on here. He was a great interview on here with us. Y'all should go back and check that show out. But it looks like he's going to be a great interview with Brandon Marsh and the I Am Athlete guys as well. So I'm definitely going to check that interview out.
The snippet that you saw, I think I saw the same snippet. How do you, before we get out of here, how you feel about that? As far as he was talking about
the media and
a lot of people are media driven. So basically what the media gives to people, a lot of people bite on that instead of really looking at the tape, breaking down the tape. A lot of people can't do that though. A lot of people can't sit down and break down the tape and tell the difference between this or that. And again, pick six, he definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. So the shit that he's popping is granted. It's coming from a different place. Bless you.
Yeah.
So but how do you feel about him saying one guy's name? You know what I mean?
That's not that that, and I feel like that's what makes a great interview. You hear one of the best in the game, be candid about how he feels about it. And he ain't the only one. A lot of people feel that way about it. We've talked about it ad nauseum on here, Hall of Fame, Pro Bowls, all this different stuff. So I'm definitely with him. But a big point you made, a lot of people can't go back and watch that tape and say, oh, no, this player is better. And I don't think stats tell all the story either, but it's tough for the masses not to take what the media gives them. That's why the media is so powerful. You see it with everything. People paint people out to be good guys, bad guys, good players, bad players, good teammates, bad teammates, good leaders, bad leaders. You know what I mean? The media is that powerful in that way. So I definitely 100% agree with him. I feel like the players, they have their opinion. The players and the coaches, they're gonna give you they're gonna know in their opinion. Yeah. But opinions vary even in the players and coaches. So it's something that you're never gonna really land on one thing and say, you know what, he's right, he's the best, he's this. It's gonna be opinionated. So that's what the media does. They give you their opinion and people take it and run with it.
Yeah.
How you felt about it though? I gotta know how you felt about it.
Again, I agree with the media statement. The only thing I kind of disagree on is stats tell a big part of the story, but looking at Jalen Ramsey, since that's a player that he called, what he does on the field speaks volume, and you can't take that away from him just because he has a certain amount of picks in the position that he plays. So that's the only thing I would debate.
Yeah.
But you know, Asante not wrong as far as the media part. If the media rocks with you, they definitely gonna pub you. If they don't necessarily rock with some of your opinions or how you do it, it does hinder you a bit. But
yeah.
But again, you know, stats do play a part. But then you got to give credit where credit is due. Jalen Ramsey is a hell of a player. And he's a dog. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. There you have it.
Hey,
we'll see y'all on Thursday.
Man, y'all have a good week.